I am a full-time content creator who is also a pregnant mother. Yep, that's right. I have a 3-year-old and I am in my 3rd trimester. So my life's kind of crazy, and this is how much I realistically read. And then I just couldn't put it down. What is going on? I don't know if I'd say it's an adventure, but it's something. I am aware of my appearance. We don't need to talk about it. I am feeling extremely tired today. The 2nd trimester energy has well and truly left the building ever since I got into my 3rd trimester, and I am just really struggling. But anyways, we're obviously about to start reading. That's the whole point of this video. So I thought we would talk about what books I'm currently reading so you know what the heck is going on when I'm reading. So currently reading 2 books. If you know me, you know I like to be reading a physical book and also a book on my Kindle, and also typically an audiobook, but I'm not currently listening to an audiobook. But I do think I know what audiobook I want to start, but we'll get into that whenever I end up starting it because I haven't yet. Anyways, first book I'm currently reading and the physical copy I'm reading, as you guys can see, is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Depending on the order you choose to read this series in, this will either be the 3rd or 2nd book for you. This is the 3rd book for me because I chose to read The Assassin's Blade first. I am not very far into this. I'm literally only on page 34, chapter 5. So we basically still have this whole book to read, but I'm very intrigued. I'm very excited to continue this series, see what the hype is about. This is obviously a very beloved series, universe, and a very beloved group of characters. So I'm very excited to learn more about them and learn more about what is going to happen throughout the entirety of this series. So I'm very excited to read this and see what happens in this book. Also, since this is technically the 2nd in the series, if we're going off publishing order, I'm very excited to read this because reading Throne of Glass definitely felt like the first book in a fantasy series where we're setting up a lot. It felt a little bit slower, kind of the same way I felt about ACOTAR. But then reading A Court of Mist and Fury, I absolutely loved that book. So I'm really interested to see how much more my love for the series could potentially grow reading this book. And then other than that, I am on my Kindle reading Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. That is the last book, if you're not counting the novella, in the Naturals series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, obviously, which is very exciting. I didn't know that these were on Kindle Unlimited, and when I saw that they were the other day, I got very, very happy because this is actually one of the books that was pretty high on my fall TBR. I really wanted to be able to finish this series before the new year. Same with the Inheritance Games trilogy. Like, I want to finish the original trilogy, but I kind of was just more inclined to read Bad Blood right now than I was to read The Final Gambit. I'm very, very excited to continue this book. I'm also not very far into this one yet either. We're basically starting 2 new books. I've started them, but I'm not very far into them, but I'm very excited to read them with you, to get more into them, to share my thoughts and feelings and my reactions with you guys. So yeah, those are the books I'm currently reading. Like I said, I do typically like to also have an audiobook that I'm listening to going, but I don't currently have one going. I do think I know what I want to listen to, however. So I saw on Audible that the book Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist by Cody Hall is available for free on Audible until the 24th of November. Obviously, it's a Christmas romance, and I kind of just feel like that is kind of the vibe that I'm wanting from an audiobook right now. I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit now that we're in November because that is the type of person that I am. I'm not a huge Halloween person, so I'm kind of already in the Christmas spirit well before November, but we're not going to talk about that. So I think I'm going to end up starting this audiobook at some point, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna stop yapping. We are gonna get reading. I think we're gonna take Elijah to the park before I have a doctor's appointment today, so I will be taking my Kindle along with me, and hopefully we will get some reading done in Bad Blood. And yeah, I'll see you then. And then for an update, let's get reading.
Opening, closing, all in one day. Blue sky, then violent rain. Feeling the dirt shift, sensing the change. The dog has been shaken outside of a grave. Opening, closing, statements or phrase. Radio channels, curses or praise. News and instruction on it's for the pain. Bad conditions breaking everything. In this strange weather, a time to be lying. Capital letters with no end in sight. Close together, just feels right.
Okay, I have got to say, it definitely does hit different, and I personally would recommend to read The Assassin's Blade first, because personally I'm someone that likes reading things in chronological order, but aside from that, I feel like certain things just pack a more powerful punch in Throne of Glass, and now already in Crown of Midnight, having that background already. I say this knowing full well that Sarah J Maas herself has said she recommends to read it third, but me personally, I'm glad I read it first. And someone's name was just said, and I was like, oh, that just hurt my heart a little bit. Like, damn, did that just hurt? So, yeah.
Opening, closing both of these eyes. There's always a prophet, always a lie, a faraway poem, a fragment of light, catching a ribbon, lost in.
Hey guys, really quick, while I have your attention, before we get to a reading update, I wanted to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, which is none other than Ana Luisa. And if you're not new here, then you know this is not the first time I've talked about them, and I hope it will not be the last, because I genuinely love their product and their brand so much. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. I have so many pieces from Ana Luisa, my oldest ones being like 2 years old, and they still look literally exactly as they did when I got them. They are such high quality pieces that truly do not tarnish and really withstand the test of time. And not only that, but they are hypoallergenic, which is perfect. And I got a few new pieces, and I'm currently wearing every single one of them. But I ended up getting 2 new pairs of earrings. They are both two-tone, and I am so obsessed with them. I have been wanting to get some two-tone jewelry and start incorporating a little bit more silver into my jewelry stack, because my engagement ring is literally silver, but every other piece of jewelry I wear is gold. So I've been trying to incorporate some more silver and have more of a two-tone look, and I am obsessed with these earrings. They look so good. And then I also got a new little simple necklace that is perfect for moments like this to stack my necklaces. I am in love. It is so cute. And if you've never gotten anything from Ana Luisa before, or you have and you also love them, because as you should, it is the perfect time to either try them or get more pieces and treat yourself, because Black Friday is here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the biggest sale of the year. So hurry up, click the link down below in my description box and save up to 30% on your new pieces. And if you hit $130, they will add a free piece of jewelry to your cart. What could be better than that? Literally nothing. Thank you so much again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Now let's actually get into the reading update, because I know you guys are dying to know my thoughts on these books so far. Hey guys, I just actually filmed a video, so if you haven't seen my video of me talking about all the books that I'm going to / want to read by the end of the year, you should go watch that. But I thought, perfect time, I should come give you a reading update, because I actually read a lot yesterday, probably the most I've read in one day in a while, and I'm feeling so good about it. And I'm also really enjoying the 2 books that I'm currently reading. So as you guys know, these are what I'm reading. Yesterday Yesterday I ended up reading to page 105, chapter 14 of Crown of Midnight. So I read like 70 pages of this yesterday, and I'm really enjoying my time with this. I am having so much fun. I really do love her writing. I think it's very enjoyable. I love the way she formulates a story and builds a universe up, and I just really am enjoying following our main character Selena on all of this stuff that she's doing, these adventures, I guess. I don't know if I'd say it's an adventure, but it's something. So yeah, really enjoying my time with this so far. Still have quite a bit of the book left to go. I have a little thing in here because I'm hoping to read this much of it today, which is to page 175. Not sure if I'll be able to read that much of it today, because I'm also going to work on editing a video, and believe it or not, I have another doctor's appointment. So I'm not sure if I'll read that much, but that's kind of like my goal and my hope. And then as for Bad Blood, obviously I'm not reading this physically, so let me pull it up. But I read a crap load of this yesterday. Like, I actually was flying through this last night before bed. I ended up getting to page 156, so we are now 42% through this. So I read like 20% of this yesterday or something like that. I read quite a bit of it. I guess I actually read 68 pages of it, so like I felt like I read more than that. But I did read like a good little portion of this. Also, really enjoying my time with this. I love her writing. It's super fast paced, super captivating. I will say this is the one of the series that's definitely giving me the most ominous and kind of creepy vibes to the like crime plot that we have going on, if that makes sense. Like this one, there was a few times I was reading it last night where I was like, ooh, that's got me feeling a little yucky. That's kind of got me looking around the dark room like, are we good? There's nothing in here. But I'm really enjoying my time with it. I am super intrigued to see how this is going to end, see how this series is going to wrap up. I do want to read the novella 12, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the novella is actually at the end of the physical copy that I own, but it is also on Kindle Unlimited. So maybe we'll end up reading that in this video too. I don't really know. Depends how long it takes me to read this and Crown of Midnight. You know, we'll see if I get to that. But I'm hoping that we do, because then we can be like fully 100% done with the series. But yeah, that's my little reading update. I haven't started the audiobook yet. Not sure when I'm going to. We'll see. I do really want to start it, but I just haven't had an opportunity where I could start it. So we'll see. But that's the little update. And yeah, that's it. This is honestly insane. I am so scared for how this book and series is going to end, like actually. Welcome to my recently Christmasified home library. If you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it. And if you've seen me in these exact PJs in my last two videos, no, you didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be going crazy. You must be seeing things. Anyways, it's time for a reading update. I have now finished Bad Blood. And honestly, the other night when I was reading this, I was not anticipating, nor was I planning to finish it that night. And then I just couldn't put it down and I ended up finishing it. And you know what? Slay. I really enjoyed this book. I think this was honestly such a great way to end the series. Now, obviously there is another short novella after this book called 12, but as for like full-blown novels for this series, this is the last one, and it definitely felt that way. I think it was done so well. I think this one definitely had the most, at least for me, anticipation, eerie vibes, that sort of thing. It definitely felt like the three prior books were really building to this like boiling point that we hit in this book. I really enjoyed my time with this. I think this was such a good way to end this series. I personally have really enjoyed every single book in this series, though I will say none of them are a 5-star read for me, so spoiler alert, I'm not giving this a 5-star. I think I'm gonna settle on a 4-star for this one, which is about what I've given the rest of them, either a 4 or a 4.5, I believe. Very solid 4-star series, very enjoyable, super fast paced, super captivating. I feel like the found family aspect in this series is so unmatched. Love the love triangle. And I gotta say, who I wanted to win the love triangle did win, so that does make me pretty happy. But overall, I have really enjoyed my time with this series. I really loved this final book. I think it was done so well, and I would highly recommend. I have actually now started the novella 12 on my Kindle. It's actually not on Kindle Unlimited, but when I went to try to go start it and I saw that, it said it was $2.99, but it also said I could get it for free because they were having some sort of deal. So I ended up just buying it for free on my Kindle, and I'm currently reading that. I don't remember how far into it I am though, so let me look. Currently on page 38 of that. There's 144 pages, so I am about 26% through that. Enjoying my time with that so far. It takes place like 5 or 6 years down the line from this ending, so we're kind of just seeing where they're at now all these years later, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. I'm very intrigued to see how this like continues to go and how it ends, especially since that is the technical last installment of this series. I'm really excited to see how that ends. And then as for the audiobook I had been listening to, I don't even remember if I had started the audiobook during my last reading update or not, but I did end up starting Nick and Noelle's Christmas playlist on Audible because it was on there for free. I've currently listened to, I don't know, let's see. Okay, I don't know what percent I've listened to, but I'm currently on chapter 19 of the audiobook, and it says I have about 3 hours and 58 minutes left. So far, I'm enjoying my time with this. It's definitely exactly what I was wanting, which was just a vibey Christmas holiday romance that I didn't necessarily need to fully immerse myself in, but that I could just listen to, hear the story, and just be listening to a book while doing other things. So that's kind of the vibe that it's been giving me. I am enjoying my time with it, but yeah, I'm not like fully immersing myself in it the way that I maybe did with Bad Blood and that I am currently doing with Crown of Midnight, which I don't have much of an update for you on this one quite yet, because I actually, you should have seen me the last like 3 or 4 days. I have just been grinding my off on other videos, so this video is technically not a week in a row because I barely read those days and I also didn't film those days, so now we're picking this back up. So I actually haven't picked this up in a few days. I'm currently still on page 104. I've made no progress, I think, since my last reading update. Or have I? I don't remember, guys. I actually don't remember what I told you in the last reading update, but that is where I am at in this currently. I'm enjoying my time. I am very anxious to hop back into this and continue reading because I have been really thoroughly enjoying my time when I have been picking it up, and now I'm kind of able to slow down on the other things I was doing. I finished some things up and now I have some free time, so I'm actually gonna sit here and read some of this now. That's the reading update. I feel like most of my videos have just been super chatty recently. Let me know if you like it. I guess also let me know if you don't, but let's be nice about it, okay? Don't hurt my feelings. I am in my 3rd trimester and I'm very hormonal, so let's be nice and not hurt my feelings, but let me know. Anyways, let's read.
Flopped back onto the couch, sliding the flash drive into his pocket. I'll listen to it later. Maybe wait until you've had a cup of coffee or two.
I have a reading update for you, and honestly, if I'm being honest, I think I have seriously been filming this video for like 2.5 weeks now, and I guess that's just the realistic part of this video. You know, since we're realistically reading with me, if I would have stopped this at a week, I think we would have only finished 1 book, and then I really would have left you guys hanging on my thoughts on the other books that I was reading, so I just decided to continue filming this. This is very realistic. Sometimes I can read 1 to 3 books in a week, and sometimes I just simply can't get through books that fast. I am busy, I have other responsibilities, I'm a mom, I'm pregnant, I got a lot going on in my life, okay? So it's not always realistic for me to read more than 1 book in a week. Sometimes it takes me longer than a week to finish a book. So yeah, that's addressing that part that I have been filming this video for a while, but I do have a pretty big reading update, I'd say. First of all, I finished my audiobook of Nick and Noelle's Christmas playlist. Like I had been saying in the last reading update, it was something that I was like, you know, enjoying listening to, but I wasn't getting like fully immersed in it, and it just wasn't like my favorite book that I've ever like read or listened to. And I will say, like, that did kind of stay the same throughout the rest of the book. I think it had, you know, the Christmassy vibes that I was looking for, because I really did just want to listen to like a holiday romance. However, there was quite a few things about the book that I just didn't love. One of those things being that our 2 main characters, they have been very, very close, like best friends for like basically all of their lives. And our main female character has said for years and years and years that she never wants to get married and she never wants to have kids. And our main male character is the complete opposite. He's always wanted to have a family. He's always wanted to have a big family. He's always, you know, wanted to get married and have that kind of life. And though throughout the book you can tell that like our main female character maybe doesn't necessarily like not want those things all of the time, and it is really based in like fear. I don't really love reading books audiobooks, or just like in general, two people getting together that have such vastly different beliefs on those two things, because I think those are two things that, like, you know, are very, very big things. If you know you want kids and you start dating someone who knows they don't want kids, I feel like that is very problematic and is going to cause problems down the line. And that also goes for marriage. I think marriage isn't as big of a, you know, problem as children, but like those are very big things to have like differences on. So I didn't really love that aspect of it. Yeah, didn't love that. I did end up like skipping through a bit of the audiobook when it started to get to like sex scenes. However, there really wasn't much in it, so I didn't have to skip much, but I don't like listening to that, so I did just skip it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite. I didn't really connect with the characters. I kind of just listened to it for the Christmassy like vibes, but I don't think it's something I will literally ever think about after today, filming this update, because honestly, I finished it a couple days ago and I have not thought about it since. So I think I feel like saying all of that, I'm like, is 3 stars too high to rate it? But I was kind of thinking I was gonna rate it 3 stars because I still thought it was enjoyable, and I think some people could really love it. It just wasn't really for me. I feel like anything lower than a 3 just feels too low. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with a 3. Okay, that's it for that book. Second update on 12, the novella in the Natural series. I am currently on page 87 of that. There's 144 pages left. According to my app, it'll take me an hour and a half to finish it. I have been enjoying my time with that. I think it's really interesting. It's just a fun time. It's a lot quicker paced because, you know, it's a novella, so it's going pretty quick. I enjoy the series. I enjoy being with these characters, so I'm enjoying my time, but it's not anything like astonishing to me. It's not anything that like has like sunk its hooks into me, you know, and I'm like really devouring it, or maybe not devouring it, but I'm just not like super obsessed with it. Like it's just, it kind of is what it is. So I'm hoping to finish that today. It is Sunday, so we're gonna be doing like a Sunday reset essentially, and just like cleaning the house, preparing for the week ahead. So I'll probably end up listening to some of that on Spotify with my hours, and maybe I'll even end up finishing it, listening to it. I don't know. I'm just gonna listen to it while I do some cleaning today, but that's kind of my update on that. I'm enjoying my time, but again, nothing spectacular. And then the final update of the other book that I am reading, probably the book you guys are most interested in, is Crown of Midnight. I am now currently on page 276, chapter 37, and I ended up reading a little over 100 pages of this last night in one sitting. I was so locked in. I only got distracted, I want to say like literally 2 times while reading, and one of those was because Makai had called me because he wasn't home. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I will say it's not giving me like 5-star feelings. I haven't got those feelings from the beginning. I'm still not getting those feelings. However, I'm really invested in the story. I really enjoy being with these characters. There is, now that I'm like over 50% into the book, there's quite a lot of crazy things going on that definitely has my attention. There was one aspect of something that had happened, and I'm trying to think of how to say this for people who have read this to understand what I'm talking about without spoiling it for people who haven't, because obviously like this is not the first book in the series. Basically, there's just an aspect of, I guess you could say, a relationship between two people, a budding relationship, if you will, and that has taken a very quick, swift turn, and I do feel like a lot of it is kind of based in a bit of miscommunication or just lack of communication more so, but it's kind of really hurting my soul because I really love them and I really love him. I'm also just very fearful for what's gonna happen there in the rest of this book and in the coming books, and also just for what's gonna happen with that specific male character, because I am like so 99% sure that I thought she ended up with a different person, but I kind of really would like her to end up with this person. I don't know. I'm very confused on that front, so we shall see. But yeah, that's kind of my update now. I don't know. It's hard to give you more than that because again, I don't want to spoil anything, and this is like not the first in a series, but I am enjoying my time. I'm hoping to finish 12 today, but I am also hoping to finish this today. I think my app says it'll take me like 3.5 hours to finish this. I have like, I don't know, 140 pages or something like that left. I'm a pretty slow reader, if you didn't know. Anyways, so I'm hoping to finish both of these books today. That way I can come give you guys like full reviews. We can wrap up this video because I'd really like to get this video up for you guys because again, I have been filming it for a while, but again, that's the realistic part of the video. The reason I'm filming this is to be realistic. So yeah, there's a Chiefs game that comes on in about an hour. So I'll listen to a little bit of 12 and then I'll probably have that on while I clean and watch that. And then we'll do some more reading later this evening and hopefully finish both of our books. So I'll keep you updated and obviously you're gonna see me read, and I will definitely be trying to get some footage of my reactions finishing this book because I have a feeling this is going to have like a fairly crazy ending. I feel like Sarah J Maas typically ends books on a not great and crazy note, so I'm excited to see what happens. But yeah, that is all for now. Let's go read. So you know when you have those days where you're like, I'm gonna get so much done, I'm gonna be so productive, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then you don't do any of it? Yeah, that was me today. So I actually literally did not do a single thing today. Clearly I just needed a break and needed to rest. However, I do still want to try to at least finish one of my books. So I figured we were going to pop in the audiobook of 12, and I'm actually gonna start bedazzling Kingdom of the Cursed. I've already done Kingdom of the Wicked. This is the one that I need to do next, and I still need to buy the blue color I'm gonna need for this, but I have a ton of silver left and I also still have some clear left, so I figured I'd just go ahead and start with the silver and do her name down here because honestly this is going to take me a good portion of time. So I'm gonna pop in the audiobook of 12 while I do this, and then after I do the name I'll probably want to stop for the night because again it's gonna take longer than you would think and my back is probably gonna be hurting so bad by the time I finish that, and then I will go sit down, get all comfy, cozy, and pick up Crown of Midnight, and we'll see if I can finish that tonight. I'm hoping I can, but I'm not sure. Why he's running around behind me, I don't know. So anyways, that is what we are gonna do. I just realized I don't know what chapter I'm on. Let's go check. Chapter 12. Is that right? That doesn't feel right, but I guess it is right. Let's go.
Chapter 12. I took off running. Cape Roan was a small town. The church and the lighthouse were separated by a matter of blocks.
For the bitterness of my attachments, iron bracelets, clicking teeth, carving letters into dirty sheets, origami paper, slow to unfolding. You are the wild somehow consoling me, this holy labor, a kind of fascinating when you are near to me. I am the wild geese. This thin blanket, naked skin, couldn't keep out what I'm keeping in. Running anxious.
What is going on? What is going on?
Your hand again. Origami paper, slow to unfolding. You are the wild geese, somehow consoling me, this holy labor, a kind of fascinating when you are near to me. I am the wild geese when you are near to me. I am the wild geese.
Am I slow? Because I genuinely did not see that coming. I'm so scared right now. I actually don't know how I didn't see that coming. Like 380. We have like 30 pages left. I'm so scared. I have 4 pages left and I am fearful for the information that I may or may not find out in these last 4 pages.
Great job in there. Your timing is specialist would be better idea. And I would even advocate for people that are specialized in dealing with situations. That's kind of the idea. And
I don't know how to feel. Your girl is too stunned to speak. All right. We finished Crown of Midnight and 12, which means that I have officially finished 4 books in this video, and I'm very proud of myself. Obviously, this was filmed in longer than just a week. Like I said earlier, it's been about 2.5, maybe getting close to 3 weeks since I started filming this, but I'm feeling very good that I finished 4 books in this video. So anyways, let's talk about the books that I just finished. First of all, we'll talk about 12 because that'll be pretty short and sweet. I have landed on a 3 stars for this last installment of the Natural series, which again is just a short novella, as you guys already know because I've probably said that 10 times in this video. Yeah, I just feel like I didn't connect to the story as much because we weren't with them for as long, and it was definitely a lot more fast-paced. Now, all of the books in this series are very fast-paced, but because this is only 144 pages, the kind of crime aspect that they're dealing with and investigating is obviously a lot more fast-paced, and they're solving it a lot quicker than they do throughout the rest of the series. And I think I just kind of like didn't get as attached to it because of how fast it was going, but it was really fun to have just another installment to close out this series, see them a few years later and what they're doing with their lives and kind of where they've progressed in the Naturals program. And also it was really nice because throughout this novella you do get like a chapter for each of our main characters from like 12 years ago or whatever, kind of learning just a little bit more about like their background and like just the things that kind of made them into the person that they are today and what kind of made them into a natural. So I did really enjoy it, but it is my least favorite of the series, and yeah, I just didn't connect with it as much as the rest, but I would still recommend reading it. I had a great time. And now we're gonna move on to Crown of Midnight. This is gonna be really hard to review because this is the 2nd or 3rd book in the series depending what order you read it in, so I can't say too much because I obviously don't want to spoil stuff, but I don't know if I'm just stupid. I genuinely did not see the things coming that happened at the end of this book. There is reveals, I guess you could say, that we get obviously towards the end of this book that I was genuinely not expecting. I wasn't anticipating it. I would say probably like the really big reveal that happens at the very, very end of the book. Like this is how the book ends, is this really big reveal. I had a theory regarding that situation, but my theory was not how it is. I was a little bit off. I was like within the family of getting it right, but I wasn't right, if that makes sense. So that actually did kind of shock me a little bit. Like I wasn't like floored. I was like, okay, this does make sense, but it's not exactly what I was thinking was gonna happen. And then one of the things, as you guys saw from my reaction, the thing that got me the most surprised, I really was not expecting that. I don't know why. This is why I don't like reading series so far apart. Like I read Throne of Glass the beginning of this year, and now it's the end of the year, and I'm just now reading this one. And if you guys watched my books I'm reading at the end of 2025 video that I posted a couple weeks ago, I have just discovered that I don't like reading series so far apart because it's very easy to forget a lot of like really important details and stuff when you go so far apart. I'm sitting here wondering if maybe that wouldn't have shocked me as much if I had remembered a lot of the things that had happened in Throne of Glass, but I just don't remember probably a lot of what happened in that book because it was so long ago. But I really enjoyed my time reading this. I definitely can feel myself getting more engrossed into this universe and just really feel like it pulling me in a little bit more than I was at the very beginning of this, and even like reading Throne of Glass. I actually finished this and I immediately had to start Heir of Fire. I did only end up reading the first chapter of Heir of Fire, but I was like, oh, I have to start Heir of Fire. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to read it right now. I need to just start it, but I only got a chapter in because I got really tired. It was literally like 1:30 and I needed to go to sleep. But yeah, I do feel like Heir of Fire has the potential to be a 5-star read. This one was not, but I am giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed my time with this. There's a lot of aspects of this that I loved that I cannot specify because I don't want to spoil anything, but I love her writing style. I love how she takes you through a story. Really enjoyed the journey that this takes you on, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the journey is going to continue for our girl Selena throughout the next book. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. 4.5 stars. Very, very solid read. Yeah, you can probably look forward to me reading Airfire in my next video because I think that's gonna be in my next reading vlog. So actually, I don't think, I know. I don't know why I was trying to be secretive. I know it is. I know what reading vlog I'm reading next. I know that's gonna be in it. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. Wow. I'm feeling so good that I read 4 books. Okay, that was really cringy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And don't forget to click the link down below in my description box and shop Ana Luisa's Black Friday sales before they end. And with all of that being said, I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Whoa, whoa. One more time. Whoa. Wow. Why did that come out so weird? Ooh. What was that? I don't know. What? None of that just made sense. Sound like a broken record. What am I trying to say? Why did my voice sound like that? In this, why do I keep looking at myself? Wow. Take 3. Whoa, whoa. What? Oh my God. Whoa, whoa. Wait, babe, hold on. Whoa. Okay, bye.